This is NCCU Live for April 28th, 2021. Thank you for watching. So grateful to have you here. My name is Keon Brown in New York. Thank you for watching. We've got a great show tonight. So excited. We're having some issues we're seeing on Facebook, but I hope everybody is seeing us everywhere else. I'm seeing this in real time, but I'm excited to have everybody here. We're live. I see people. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's bring in our first guest. We have Deshaun. He's a recording artist from the class of 2016. Come on, 2016. What's
Eagle
up, Deshaun?
Pride.
How are you?
Pretty
Amplify
good,
worldwide. Let's go.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go. How are you?
Everything is good, man. Can't complain. Just taking everything one day at a time. How you doing? Okay. I don't know what's going on, but I'll just introduce myself. My name is Deshaun. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm a producer, and I'm also a vocal coach. So, yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's
We're
all
here.
good.
Hold on one second, guys. All right, we're back. Technical difficulties. What's up, man? We're having some stuff going on tonight, but we're excited to have you here. Congratulations on all your success. Talk about
Appreciate
what
it.
you're doing as a recording artist from the class of 2016, Deshaun.
Okay, well, me and my group, Deshaun and Soul, that's why I wore this shirt. That's where you can find us on our social media. We recently just got signed to Sony Music, so now we're in the process of getting ready to go on our second tour. It actually started last week in Wendell, North Carolina. It picks up again this Friday at Elm Street in Greensboro, North Carolina. Saturday we'll be in LA, and we'll just keep going from state to state throughout the next couple of months. So we're in the process of just doing things with our full band. I'm currently at Rock and Roll High School in Apex right now, Apex, North Carolina. I teach vocal and piano lessons to kids. My youngest student is about 4 years old, and my oldest has been like 33, 34. So it's been a wide variety of kids, and I just try to help them on the songwriting, their performing, and most importantly, their piano playing as well.
Exceptional, bro. So are you from the music department at NCCU?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Talk about that. Such a rich history with that department. Talk about your experience in the Department of Music at NCCU.
Okay, I actually transferred into North Carolina Central University. I first came from Elizabeth City State, and at that school, I did a lot of stuff. I was a part of this thing called 105 Voices of History, where they pick a guy and a girl from every HBCU across the world, and they sent us to Washington, D.C. We made a big choir, and we performed with a special guest artist. So that was pretty cool. And when I was at Elizabeth City, I felt like I peaked. I felt like I had did just about everything that I could do. And we were learning classical music for about 1.5 years, 2 years. It was cool. But when I went to Central and I got in the jazz department, the vocal jazz department, and I really started diving deep into a lot of different ideas and textures and harmonies and things that I could create. That's really what inspired me to just go full-fledged. Even when I was a student in school, I knew what I wanted to do, how I was going to do it. And I just kept going, kept pushing. So I did a lot of stuff at the university, and then when I graduated, I just kept it going.
And we can't slide across that you have a major record contract. Can you tell a little bit about that? Congratulations on
Thank you.
tour. An Eagle is signed to a record company. Can you tell us a little
Yes,
bit about
sir.
how that happened? You know you have some aspiring Eagles that are looking to be in your position. Talk about how that came about.
Definitely. So it really just came about because of hard work and persistence. That's really the quick answer. But I continue to make music, and even though I wasn't dropping like original singles so much, I still wanted to do some covers as well. When they got to about Christmas time, this past Christmas, I knew I wanted to drop a Christmas album. The 2 Christmases ago, I dropped a single. I said this Christmas I want to drop an entire album. So I had just been working for months from September all on, and just kept, producing stuff, making some covers, getting some people to help me out. Produced it and got it out into the world, and I was very excited about it. And within a couple of days, I got contacted from Sony Music, the Orchard, and some people are part of them saying, "Hey, we love what you're doing. We checked out the album, and we love the way you put it together. We saw the music videos and stuff, and we also saw some of the other stuff that you've done prior, and we're just interested in wanting to build with you." So, long story short, that's what happened, and we just haven't looked back from there, man.
Exciting. Congratulations. That's an exceptional Eagle excellence right there in full
Yes,
effect.
sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
coming up Coming up in a couple minutes, we've got the new Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement at North Carolina Central University. So I want to ask
Wonderful.
you about being an alum. How important is it to be an active, financial, contributing alum of NCCU?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's so important because our school is detrimental, and we need the people that walked in the halls and were in classrooms to come back and support, not just financially, and but the students need to see your face as well. I just recently I was at the Spring Fling in North Carolina Central University, and I was asked to be a special guest judge for the talent show. Just got to connect with a lot of the students and see some of the things that they were thinking about and doing, and even some of the singers that heard that I got signed to Sony and knowing who I was. They had some questions to ask me and things like that. Just being an advocate for the university doesn't stop when you graduate. I feel like that's really when it starts. That's really when you really have to start digging deep into crates and think of things outside of the box that you can do to contribute, because some people financially, you're not in a situation where you have the things and the resources that you want to give the people, but there's a lot of other things that you can do until you get to that place. Because I don't like to think that people stay one way. I feel like if you want to grow and you want to change, you want to elevate, it's in your hands to do so, especially in this generation, in this world. So if you want to grow, and if you're an alumni, you don't have the funds to support and to give back to your school, then maybe that's something that you should motivate yourself to have, so you can do things so it doesn't hurt your pocket and you can support and give back. That's the main reason why I teach here, is because I just want to give back, as well as elevating in my career. I want to give back to the younger generation as well.
Indeed, man. Deshaun, class of 2016 from North Carolina Central University, signed to a label, teaching the young folks, Eagle
You
Pride
know,
Amplified, doing excellent work. Thank you so much for being here. We honor you tonight. We
yes, sir.
appreciate you. Stick around for a moment. We're going to bring you back. We're going to bring Dr. Soblet on, and then we'll bring you back in a couple minutes. All right. Hold tight. Okay.
All right, cool deal.
All right. That's Deshaun. We're grateful for him. Excited about all of the Eagle excellence. Come on, music department. Always representing our NCCU music department. Let's bring in our special guest, the new Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, Dr. Gia Soblet. How are you this evening, Dr. Soblet? How are you?
I am well, thank you. I am super excited to be here with you this evening.
Am I saying your name right, Dr. Soblet?
No, I was going to correct you.
Okay, all right.
No, it's Suble.
Suble. All right, Suble, Dr. Suble. Thank you so much for being
I
here.
answered to being close.
Well, I always like to say, your name is what you have, and you want to make sure people, my mom taught me this: teach them how to treat you. And so, how to say your name. And my name's Keon, so I get the Keon, Keyron, Keywan. I'm like, look, Keon. Let's say it together. Anyway, thank you for being here. Welcome to the Nest. Welcome to North Carolina Central University as our brand new Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, coming from Xavier University in New Orleans, right?
New Orleans, yes.
All right. Talk about some of your philosophy on, and you also have a certificate from the Lilly School at Indiana. So we know you credible. We know you legit. We know you coming to make some moves, and we're excited to have you. What's your philosophy on fundraising at a Black university?
Ooh, how much time do we have?
About 15 minutes, Doc.
All right, so let me say this. So I stand strong on a principle with regard to fundraising for HBCUs. I think that equity is a huge deal for me, and I am not one who is satisfied with the token gifts that HBCUs typically receive. So I stand strong on a principle, and in making sure that potential donors really appreciate, HBCUs as institutions, and make sure that they understand that we are worthy of the larger investment. So I have stood on this principle so strongly that I have walked away from gifts before, just as a statement, to say that we are worth more than that. And those actually, that posture that I have taken have, turned into conversations, additional conversations where I'm able to engage a potential funder further, and that initial gift turns in, multiplies, if you will. So I'm really, really big on making sure that the philanthropic community at large appreciates what we do as institutions and make sure that they understand that we are worthy of the large gifts that the major institutions are receiving.
Indeed, and I appreciate that philosophy. And you came in swinging with a brand new video, thanking folks who have given in this our university community. Thank you for that. I thought it was an amazing first step. How did you come up with that idea? Where did that come from?
A couple of things. So one of the first things that I did when I came on board was to conduct an assessment, to really understand the resources that institutional advancement had available, how we were engaging with the internal and external communities, how the external community, viewed us as a division, and received some feedback. So I keep it real. So for everyone, as you get to know me, I'm extremely transparent, and I did hear, that some investors or some donors, felt like they had not, been adequately thanked. So that's one. And then two, me coming in as a new vice chancellor, I wanted everyone to know from day one how appreciative I am for the support, that they have been giving over the years. So before I did anything else, I wanted to make sure that Eagles and non-Eagles, what adopted Eagles, though anyone who invests in NCCU, we adopt and embrace them, as fellow Eagles, as friends to Eagles. But I wanted people to know that I appreciate their investment, and then above all else, no matter what that gift is. We talked about Deshaun talked about the fact that it's important for alumni to engage regardless of whether or not you feel like you have the capacity to give. And I beg to differ. I think that we all have some capacity to give, but it's at different levels. So wherever your treasures are, that's where your heart is. And I cannot imagine that every Eagle's heart is not with NCCU. So I'm asking every alum, no matter what, what is comfortable for you to give, that you give whatever you have, because if you give along with the other, nearly 40,000 alumni, just imagine what collectively that giving looks like. So I want to thank you. Wanted to thank everyone immediately then, and want to thank you again now for what you're doing. No matter what that engagement looks like and what that gift looks like, it's all very important to the institution.
Indeed. And look, you're an adopted Eagle. So I want to know, what were your thoughts on NCCU as you were looking into potentially coming on to support us in the next season of our lives, I guess. What did you think, or what was your opinions, or what did you hear, or just what were your thoughts of NCCU?
So let me say this. So when I was at Xavier, I learned of NCCU just in, reviewing the rankings and, did a little research. I'm always interested in how other HBCUs are performing and, and how they're doing. And I'd say maybe 3 years, maybe even 4 years ago, became familiar with NCCU and, didn't know a lot of, detailed information, but was just impressed with the, the things that I read in that moment. And let me just start really, really quickly by sharing my vision, because I think it's important that everyone understands how I've envisioned myself in this role and what impact I'd like advancement to make on the institution. And I actually wrote a mission statement, a vision statement, but I'll just paraphrase and simply say that my plan is to cultivate a collaborative culture of philanthropy across campus that will yield transformational financial growth for the university. And I say that as a transition into kind of responding to your question. This is a jewel of an institution and deserving of much more private support. And when I was at Xavier, I'd always say that we were the nation's best kept secret, but I can easily add NCCU and HBCUs in general to that list. But the issue is that we cannot afford to be a secret. And it's everyone's business to ensure that NCCU stays relevant and competitive. So that's why I really appreciate the opportunity to talk to alumni this evening about how important your role is in this effort.
Yes, and I love that. I love that transformational partnership. I love that. I love that. What would you say to an alumni if you saw them today, which you are? You're seeing me. You're seeing Deshaun. What would you say to someone who might be hesitant to donate to the university? Hesitancy.
Um, Good question. I would say this, we're all still family, and to not disengage from your family. There are always opportunity, and I welcome, my door is wide open to not only my team but to alumni, and I appreciate this opportunity. You all can see me, I can't even see you, but I want to see more and more of you. And the virtual environment has actually been good in being able to see some, alumni who I would not typically be able to see as quickly in person. But at the same time, I want to get, face with as many alumni as I can. And I want to do that because I want to hear from you. I want to hear about your experience here. I want to hear what concerns you may have, because if we're able to have a conversation about it, and the genuine good work that this administration is doing, to position, the institution, for, success, and to, I just think it's, people come and go, but this will always be your alma mater. So whatever issues you think you may have, or whatever concerns, or whatever, we can talk through that. And just, in the meantime, I think it's important for everyone to understand that we have to care about our institution more than anyone else. And I'll say this, I think it's important for alumni to know how important their giving is, not only because it's the right thing to do. We have to sustain our own institutions. We have to care enough about our own institutions. We don't want to be a headline, 2, 3, 10 years from now, because we are not willing to give back to our own institutions. It doesn't matter who you have an issue with. Administrations come and go, people come and go, causes come and go, but this will always be your institution. So I'll say this, that alumni giving also helps to leverage other resources. For example, many foundations want to know the alumni given percentage, because they're of the opinion that if alumni won't give back to their own institutions, why should they? So, there are many reasons why, it's important to give back, in spite of how we're feeling, still love on your family.
I love that. Now you're coming on I think this is your first homecoming 2021.
Well, actually, so virtual. I was here for the virtual homecoming
Okay.
last fall.
Well, they doing save the date, so we're thinking that there's a possibility that we will see each other face to face, even though we may have masks on. But Black homecomings, mine will have a straw insert, in my mask. We're working on that patent right now. What's your favorite part of homecoming? I know that you're no stranger to HBCUs. So what's your favorite thing about a Black homecoming?
Man, I'll tell you, partying with a purpose. So it's coming back. Everything that we do, I think, still has some purpose to it, even if it's rekindling friendships that we developed when we were on campus. I think for me, so I'm the product of 2 HBCUs. My undergraduate experience, we did not have a football team. We had an excellent basketball team, so that was our big sport. And with Jackson State University, of course, they've got the big D1 football presence, but in doctoral school, I didn't get to appreciate that as much. So I am looking forward to the whole big football game with the band and rocking the stadium, meeting alumni, the tailgate. What's the word I'm looking for? A revival.
Yes.
It's a revival, and I'm looking forward to, and we'll do some hybrid type of event on this fall. That's pretty. I think that's pretty firm now, and we may be masked, and we'll see what that looks like. But I am looking forward to meeting and talking to as many alum as possible. And I think I got a little sidetracked before, but I think, the more that I get to know alumni and the more that I get to know your stories, that helps me, because the success of alumni is a critical component of our case statement, for support for NCCU. So, your success, helps to, breed, contributions to the institution. And you got to talk, you got to talk up NCCU, talk about NCCU to your networks. And even if you're not comfortable having the whole donor, conversation or the fundraising conversation, just letting people know that you are a product of NCCU oftentimes is enough, because your professionalism will sell the institution. So there are just many ways, for alumni to assist. But I don't know if I really add the football, and I may need a straw too. But anyway,
Indeed, that makes us swipe our cards and maybe put an extra zero on our debit, on our transaction to the university.
I'll be there to collect. Yes.
Well, I know we're going to get Deshaun, and I think Bass, my partner in crime, is on here as well. He might come in a moment. I think everybody's sliding in right now. Let's bring everybody in. Thank you, Dr. Soublé, our Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement. I'm so grateful that you're here. Welcome to the Nest. We're excited about you being on our campus and really engaging us in this way. Thank you.
Invitation to be here very much.
Absolutely. You can come back anytime. This is the main demographic is NCCU alumni. And we actually, in order to be on the show, you need to be a financial member of the Alumni Association. And we always encourage people to give a recurring gift to the university. We actually created eaglesgive.com that takes you right to your website where people can pull down and give to the university to make it a little bit easier.
Good deal.
Yeah. All right, let's bring in. Absolutely. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. It's a great day to be an NCCU Eagle, and this is what we do. We fly high. All right. Let's bring in Deshaun from the class of 2016. All right.
Hey.
All right. So this is where we just kind of do round robin. We're coming to a close on our show here. But let's just do this since we have Deshaun here. This is time for our Eagles Give Challenge. That's my echo. Do you hear my echo? Eagles Give Challenge. All right. This is where we ask our guests, and I guess we can ask the Vice Chancellor if she's going to give to the university. I think she does. She will. But let's start with class of 2016. Deshaun, will you visit eaglesgive.com and make a recurring gift to the university for at least $19.10? Deshaun?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Got you covered.
All right. Thank you. And Dr. Soublé, will you go to eaglesgive.com and make a recurring gift to the university at least $19.10?
Amplified, yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Look at that. That's how we're doing. We're in our second season. This is episode, I think we're 14 now. So, I think we got some more money. I think increases are coming because of these Wednesday shows.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to, since I have you guys, before we jump into our final thoughts, I want to give a shout out to Brian Mills, who was a football player with our NCCU football team, who was about to go to the draft. I think he's declaring and he's about to jump in and represent us on the main stage. Congratulations to you in advance, good brother. Eagle pride, Eagle excellence in the NFL. We're sending positive thoughts and vibes to him as he represents us. That will be, I don't know how many NFL guys we have now. I think 2 or 3 now. So we're looking forward to having him in the league. So Brian Mills, congratulations on your success so far. And we look forward to seeing you in the league.
Yes, sir.
All right. Also, if you guys haven't seen, we're doing a summer reading. We're doing a summer reading challenge. We're asking any NCCU alumni that has a book. If you know someone that's an author, that's an NCCU alumni, tag them. We want to have them on the show during our summer reading. We're going to read their book and have a conversation with them. Also, let's shout out Texas. Any alumni in Texas, don't mess with Texas. If you're in Texas, DM us your city. We want to make sure you're connected to your local chapter, and we want to see where you're at. We want to connect with everybody in Texas, and we also want to connect with folks in Illinois. Where's Illinois? Stand up, DM us your city, and tag somebody in the state of Illinois. All right. Let's see. That's it. That's it for today. We're going to go around for our final thoughts. We'll start with Deshaun from class of 2016. What are your final thoughts, Deshaun?
I think I want to leave with everybody is just live, love, and love life. We only live once, And life is so short. We don't know when it's over. For our family members, our friends, the people we can support, even the money that we have, we can't take it with us. So just live life, enjoy life. If there's something that you want to do, go do it, and go do it now while you have the opportunity. Of course, be safe, especially we're still in kind of a pandemic kind of situation still. But of course, be safe, but do what you want to do and live the life that you can while you can before it's too late. Don't be the person that wish that you did something 50 years ago. Actually do what you can while you can.
And Deshaun, where can they find more information about you and your stuff?
Oh, please follow me on my social media at IDShawn Music. That's IDSHAWN Music. My group is called Deshaun and Soul. So if you type in Deshaun and Soul, you'll find us as well.
Deshaun and Soul. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you. Let's go to Dr. Subley, our Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement. What are your final thoughts, Doc?
I'd just like to close by asking every eagle to help take care of the nest. Every eagle, every year. No gift is too small. Update your information. Let us know where you are. We can't communicate with you and keep you up to date on the great things happening here if we don't have a good mode of a good contact information for you. Complete the volunteer interest form. A lot of alumni have interest in helping or in engaging with the institution. This will help us reach out to you whenever volunteer opportunities become available in areas that interest you. And my final comment is to remain safe. We are not clear of this pandemic yet. I look forward to, as everyone does, to having this health crisis in our rearview mirror, but it's still ever present before us. Be safe, be loving, be generous, and I look forward to an opportunity to see all of you in person sometime soon.
Yes, indeed. Well, that's Deshaun from class of 2016 and our new Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, Dr. Gia Subley. Thank you guys for being on tonight. Again, remember to go to nccualumni.org to join the Alumni Association. Come on, this is how we connect. This is how we advocate for the university as alumni. This is where we unite. And then visit eaglesgive.com to make a recurring gift to the university. That'll take you to every Eagle every year, like Dr. Subley was talking about. And you can drop down. It's so simple. You can choose where you want to put your money. If you don't have a preference, give it to the annual fund so the university can use it as they need to. So we're grateful for this opportunity. It's a great day to be at NCCU Eagle. And remember that an Eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. Until next week, I'm Keon Brown in New York. This is NCCU Live. See you next time. Take care, guys.
Bye.